Hello, my name's Andy and welcome to the garage. Well, here we have an interesting thing. It's very difficult to film because it is so big. There's my hand. It's a Willey's tin plate Jeep. Dusty. Some damage to the back here on the cover. A dent, a few scrapes. It's quite heavy. It's taken a knock to the front at the headlight there, you can see. And what I've been asked to do, this isn't mine, this is a my friend David. He's asked me to try and fix her up. As you can see, there's a few accessories, petrol tanks, spare tyre, another petrol tank. Not sure if that's been dented in, but I think it's just a tin plate model. So I'd describe it, and I'm looking forward to trying to fix this. Certainly presenting a video challenge because it's that big. I need a wide angle camera. I'd say it's 1/12, 1/16 scale. I'll have to get a tape measure out and measure it and find out. Okay, the first thing I'm going to do is got a small pair of pliers. This should be perfectly flat. So I'm just going to try and get below there and just bend it up. It is coming up. Just needs a bit more round here. It's one of those jobs where you have to keep looking at it and compare it to the good side. Right, here we are with some more pointy pliers. Is helping. I'm even wondering if this left side has been dented in a bit. A lot closer around the headlight, the left side. You can see that. Then the right side is there. So that's that done. Now, if you can see there, but the corner is bashed in a little bit. Now, you can't actually see the other corner. We can just see the other corner, and it's quite square. So, I can't get a pair of pliers in there. Can I get a small screwdriver? Yeah, I can get a small screwdriver in, as you can see, I hope. It's very difficult to film this and do it. I like to bend it out a bit because these two somehow need gluing onto there, and then after that the canopy has got to be re-wrapped round and re-stitched. So I think some super glue, hold it on, hold it in. But one of the things that's a problem here, and it's very difficult to show you, this has not come out yet. This is still at a slope, so I really need to get something in there and bend that out. What I'm managing to do, if you can see that, managed to get a pair of long nose pliers in there. You need something of this size to get the strength to bend this back out, and hopefully that has bent it out far enough for that to sit on the square. Looks like it actually might need sticking out at the top now, so it just needs probably bending in a little bit at the top. Gently does it, because one of them's going to go there, and this loose one has got to be in there as well, like so. And ideally they will be flat against this metal. The other option is, which might be easier now, I've got that as far as I dare get it, is to bend these inwards a bit. Take a look at the other side, you can see that. Let me try and get a line on it. If you can see, these are actually stuck to the back. And hopefully you can see that. That hasn't happened here yet. So one of them can certainly be stuck with these, and there's the other one. So I think the best way to proceed is find a clamp, a small clamp. We'll hold them in position. This one's maintaining its own position, so I'm just going to put a dab of super glue on there to keep it there. Then I can glue this one next to it and clamp it in position like that. So the first thing, as always, for me, get a bit of super glue on a stick, get a bit more control over it where it goes. And this is really difficult for me to show you. I'm just going to drop it into place there and keep just doing that. So you might not see me do all of this. And there we are. I think you're in shot. It's a bit of super glue just down the outside there. And then leave that for quite a few minutes before we tackle the next one being glued on. Right, the first post super glue set now. What I think I'm going to do is pull this one down, super glue it next to it like that. This one wants to lift up, so I'll get a clamp on there at the same time. Hopefully you'll be able to see me do this. Not much point in having a video if you can't see me do it. All I can see is that you can see this corner. So a bit of super glue in there and on there. I think that's still in view from what I can see. And I'm pulling that down and I'm going to stick it there. Hopefully that clamp, you can see that is touching there. So it's super glued there in the corner, and that clamp is holding it to the previous rod I stuck on. Hopefully that'll be a good fix. I might have to put a bit more super glue on, I don't know. What I'm going to do is get some bicarb soda on it. We know that does go rock solid. See me doing that, I'm just tipping some bicarb soda onto that super glue. Should fix it really solid. Here, if you can see that bicarb, and I will build that up a bit. I've super glued and bicarbed soda all the way around there. I didn't do the inside. I'll leave that to set for a while. One of these rods was already in strong position. The clip's holding it on, and then we'll come back to it. It's quite a bit dusty, this whole model. I don't know if you can see there. I'll just clean off a bit there in the dashboard, and you can see. And I'll try and find some matching paint. Okay, we're back with the Jeep, and I've got some olive US paint to go on it. So we're just gonna see how that goes. What you've got to appreciate is I'm red-green colourblind, and I thought this would be the right colour after Googling and speaking to a couple of people for a US Jeep of the time. And it's called US Matte Dark Green. Now here's a first, probably in the die-cast modelling community. I've threaded a needle and I'm about to try and stitch the top back on. Not sure how this is going to go. You might not see all this, I'll probably edit it out. Get to the end bit. Needle don't want to go through that, it's getting pretty tough. Just don't stab myself, I'll be fine. Wait. There we go. And I think that is the first corner done. What I'll try and do is turn it on its side and just try and nick it in amongst itself. There's a top there, I can see that a bit better now. Keep trying to go back. You can't actually see the thread. Back through the same spot. Keep trying to go back through the same spot, but right, I think I'll just try and put a couple of loops in it. One through itself, like I'd be tying a fishing knot. Don't consider that first phase to be done. All that's left now is to get a bit more thread and get that wrapped around quite firmly, and that tucks up in there somehow like that, and she wouldn't look too bad at that. Right, here we go again with the needle, just trying to get the side on this time. Gonna be interesting. It's pulling up. I doubt if you can see that thread there. I hope you can. Yep. It's not going according to plan, but that is to be expected. I think you get the gist of what's happening here. I'm struggling. It's not easy. Pull that round, you might get a better view. This is going to need 2 or 3 stitches up here. Oh, dare I say, I've got into a rhythm. Okay, we are on the last leg of stitching. Just trying to get this a bit tighter and tidy around here. Whoops. Just check you can see that yet. This is very difficult to film, really. Green, well, what I think's green thread on a faded green roof. I know we all like symmetry in our models, but this is not going to be a tidier job as it is the other side. Having said that, I bet a few Jeeps were flapping on one corner and not on the other. What we can do when I finished it, because we didn't have a proper review at the start, just pitch tone in my voice there, I thought I was going to stab myself. We can have a good look round the Jeep. Right, I'm quite pleased with that. Let's try and take a bit up through the roof. Tell you what, you won't want to stitch the whole roof on with my skill set. I'll tell you that for nothing. It's getting quite tough to push the needle through in a few places because that fabric's quite thick. I think this is the last time it's going to go through. Back once more, and that's it, running out of thread anyway. Right, we'll leave that there. Let's try and show you what we've done. I'll just move behind the camera. It's even difficult to get both sides in. Yeah, they're different. If I can tug that down a bit. Could have glued it, that would have ruined it. So, but overall, I'm not too displeased with that. Okay, we're back with the Jeep, as you can see. Just going to point here. It's about 4 or 5 coats of paint there to get that the same colour. This is the paint I ended up using in the end. Acrylic, Hooker's green. So that was painted there, and there is the repair. Not bad match on the colour, and of course the stitching on the back, a bit different each side. It looks like this right hand side, as you look at it, sprung out a bit. So let's take a walk round as we give this a clean with the brush. So I was a bit wondering what we could do with this. Obviously you don't want to polish it. Just give it a quick brush over, get the dust off it. It's quite dusty when we got it. You can see some of the details as we go around. So we've got some rope tied, we've got some authentic numbers, I'm guessing. The wheels are metal, they go round. There's nothing in the fender mudguard hubs. Canvas is canvas. The seats are quite dusty. Get into them as best I can. Hopefully you can see the inside of the cab now. There's a handbrake. There's no gear stick. Quite a few dials. Would have been detailed quite nicely if we'd gone that route. But I don't know if you can take a tin plate model apart. I suppose you can, but I don't think it'd go back together as a die-cast model. Well, not as easily, I'm suspecting. What I might have to do is just get a cloth on the end of a long pair of pliers or something and try and give it a brush. Detail on this side, we've got the shovel, quite worn. We've got an axe, it's quite worn. Got some rear view mirror. We have got at the front here some wipers. Got petrol tank at the back. On the other side, as we saw earlier in the video, if that's still in the video, got another petrol tank. So it is quite a detailed model. Okay, I've got just a damp paper towel on some locking pliers here to try and get inside the seats in the cab. See if you can see that. Seems to be doing a good job. It's got all the seat detailing at the back and the front. Don't want to overdo it. It'd be nice if we could get all the dust off. Bit of paper towel stuck in there. At least access is good. Well, that's not worked out too badly actually. Just as you keep going around, you keep seeing other bits. I think we are done. One thing would be nice to know, of course, is what scale is this Jeep. So we'll just measure the length of it. Okay, I've measured the Jeep. Lengthwise, it's about 33 centimetres to the front of the bumper. The real Jeep was 329 centimetres approximately, so that makes it about 1/10 scale, and I was guessing 1/12 at the start of the video. So our Jeep is finished. I'll do my best turntable impression to get you an overall view of it. Nice star on the front. And there she is. Repair at the back, repaired the flapping canopy, and a repair at the front. Okay, I thought I'd just share the underside of the Jeep with you. There's no markings on it. I don't know who's made it. Can't find out anything about it, but it is a great model. I hope you like this video. It was a bit unusual for me to get a go at one of these. Thank you for watching, very much appreciated. It does motivate me to keep going. Thank you subscribers for watching. Thank you new subscribers who've joined recently. And I hope everybody who's watched has a good weekend. Thank you.